Hey everyone, Tin Man here, back with some more Dota Underlords. We're going to be playing here in Season 1, some Ranked Standard mode here, and we got a handful of Primordials here on the first turn, and some Hunters. You know, I've been a really big fan of Hunters when I was playing yesterday during release, but you know, we got two Mages here. Why not? Let's give this a try. Maybe I do hedge my bets a little bit and pick up the Hunters as well. You know, we don't really have a tanky unit in this build, and we could have gone for like, you know, a bit more primordial, say with Arc Warden. But this way we kind of have like two different strategies that we could go towards, either with Hunters with Draw Ranger Weaver, or perhaps Mages, Spirits with Razor and Storm Spirit. While Arc Warden is a primordial and fits with some of the Mages, he doesn't really contribute too much because he's more of a summoner than he is like a mage or any kind of like magic damage dealer in that regard. So we'll keep our options open here. Looking around the table, we see probably going to lose. Oh no, we do win here actually, just barely. It was looking a little grim initially, but we do take the win on that round. Somebody already has 3 alliances active: the Human, the Champion, and Deadeye. That's pretty impressive. We see somebody else kind of looking at Mages. Ziggy here with a pair of Crystal Maidens. We can pick up the Kaya here to go towards a mage build. Or I could take a reroll, which is a new item feature. But I think I'm happy enough to just pick up Kaya here, leave it on. Who actually does more damage? I guess it's Storm Spirit. It's pretty close though. You'll also see some Assassins here in this next pack with Queen of Pain, Nyx Assassin, and another Drow Ranger. So lots of different options here. I definitely want to throw in this Nyx Assassin though. Grabs insects. Really strong early game play to run some insects. They do a lot of damage this early on. I'm going to kind of be off to the side here to maybe maximize the direction that Storm Spirit goes, because he's going to deal more damage the further he goes. Unfortunately, we're up against Bristleback, who's probably the biggest like counter play to insects, but because he just constantly spams that AoE. But hopefully we can take him down here. We're not even going to take this Bristleback down before we're dead. Oh, barely. But obviously my insects dealt very little that fight, just because Bristleback is like really the only counter play this early on to him. So we do take a loss there. I don't think we're not really looking at summoners here. Just pick up the Bloodseeker, keep our options open. So unfortunate loss there. We do find the Drow Ranger. Okay. So she's probably going to go in over the Storm Spirit just as a 2-star unit. Now, I'm actually kind of a fan of Enigma, especially if I'm running like a Hunters build. I think Enigma, like Void plus Hunters, is a pretty cool combo. We also see a pair of Magnus, another Bloodseeker, although I don't think that's really where I want to go. I think with the Wind Ranger here, and the fact that we have the 2-star Hunter already, I think we might look to go towards the Hunter strat. The initial Mages didn't really work out. Unfortunately, this Kaya is probably not at its best in this kind of strategy, but it's not completely unusable. Let's sell off this Queen of Pain. I don't think she's going to happen. Pick up the Wind Ranger. And do I just like fully cut bait here with the Mages? Yeah, I think so. At least the Storm Spirit. So we can pick up these other guys that we have paired up. We see a couple people going towards like Knights. Ziggy probably on Mages. There it is, the Crystal Maiden. A couple people on Brawnies. Looks like just pure Hunters might be viable. And there's a Bloodseeker, 2-star, and a pair of Legion Commanders. So like Hunters plus Bloodseeker, that could be a thing. I think I'm just going to sell off this Enigma. I know I said I kind of liked him, but I think I want to just make sure I grab interest here since I don't have a win streak or anything like that. I could have sold off the Magnus, the pair of Magnus and the Razor, but I'm kind of loath to sell off a pair of units at this point in the game. So pick up the Bloodseeker, pick up a pair of Legion Commanders. We could go towards like you know, a Bloodbound build, maybe with just like 3 Hunters. Maybe not even play Hunters in long term. I don't know. It's hard to tell this early on, but we're just picking up our pairs, picking up whatever alliances we can find. I could have thrown in like the Wind Ranger for the Hunters plus the Vigilant, but I think the insects are definitely more powerful at this point in the game. Alrighty. Looking around here, what else are we up against? Just trying to constantly scout out our opponents and see if we're going to be uncontested. There is at least somebody else on Hunters. We can pick up a big time, or I was going to say big time contract, but it's called an Ogre Cap nowadays. Because we got the Bloodseeker, I think that makes a lot of sense. the Ogre Cap. Let's get that in here. And, you know, maybe get rid of these insects on the board for right now. Maybe sell off these units. Pull back the Weaver, I guess. The Kaya doesn't do anything now. Okay, well, yeah, it's not the best, but because none of my units have ability damage, duel doesn't work like that. So, you know, we're a little bit inefficient in our item selection, but we do what we got to do. I do want to pick up this Luna and Bristleback here. I really think all of these units are pretty strong. Oh, we just got crushed here. My opponent had a lot of 2 stars. That's fair enough. Use a reroll. Do you find the Magnus upgrade? Definitely want to put him in. Not really sure any of these other ones make any sense. I'll just buy them. I can resell them for the same cost. There's a pair of Beastmasters. We can go for like some Brawnies and Bloodbounds with maybe some Hunters on the side. I don't know if Weaver, Nyx Assassin are the Hunters I really want. I just need to sell off for some board space here. Let's do something along these lines. There we go. We got up to 20 gold for interest here. Our items, once again, are a little inefficient. Not the worst thing that could happen. Bloodseeker, of course, jumps right in and dies immediately, but that means that when Magnus empowers the Drow Ranger, she's going to be hitting real hard. Still probably going to lose because we can't deal with a 2-star Chaos Knight with a Vanguard, but at least get something out of it. We'll pick up the Ogre Magi and the Drow Ranger here in just a second, and then use our free reroll. I'm a big fan of Brawnies right now in the current meta, and Legion Commander. Who's not a fan of Legion Commander? Everybody loves some Legion Commander. Alright, we're about to level, or we're not about to level up here, but I might just level up just to throw in the Legion Commander. I'm going to take it. I think I can afford to take like another loss here. Let's do something like this. Let's just wait a moment and just sit on our interest, because we're about to level up to level 4 next turn. We can throw in the Legion Commander then. Probably should have put her in over the Magnus. I wasn't thinking that straight. That's alright. She probably could have got a dual win here. Hopefully Legion Commander can get a kill. I don't think she will. Nope. Not even close. Or Drow Ranger get a kill. I can pick up the Juggernaut, maybe the Magnus, use our free reroll. Another Magnus? Maybe Pudge? I don't know. Anyway, we're about to level up. Let's put in Legion Commander. This Kaya is still pretty worthless, given our current state of the build, but if we do end up going towards more Brawnies with like Bristleback and Beastmaster, Kaya is really good on either of those two, so I'm going to keep that as a possibility. Another Bristleback, that's sweet. I think I want to sell off, though. I was initially thinking Hunters. Yeah, I still kind of like that idea. I need to sell these ones off just to get up to interest here and clear the bench space. I think like Hunters with Drow Ranger, Wind Ranger, Beastmaster, and then eventually replace Drow Ranger with something bigger is probably a good path to go down here. And maybe keep the Bloodbound, I don't know. Bloodbound with Legion Commander is always a good idea, and since we have the Ogre Cap, probably makes sense to hold on to that. Maybe grab more Druids along the way, because Magnus is so good. Looks like we are not going to get the win here. That's kind of okay, continue this losing streak for so little damage. I need to buy this Legion Commander and then reroll. Beastmaster, okay, that was awesome. Ooh, what do we want to pick up here? Desolator? That's a great item for like kind of a single target focused build. You know, Legion Commander can just burst down some people with that. And we can move Kaya over to the Beastmaster. And we can even grab a Wind Ranger. Hello there. Since we've got so many good upgrades here, let's level up. This is one of the big advantages of a losing streak style build, is that, you know, if you go on a losing streak, you got a lot of rerolls, you find some upgrades, and you can make a really good build at some point here in the mid-game. Yeah, I'm starting with lower HP than everyone else when I kind of start potentially winning, but my build is very strong at this point. You know, we got 3 Hunters, we got Bloodbounds, we've got Deadeye, we've got Vigilant, we've got all 2 stars on our board. Legion Commander hopefully gets a dual win here. Nice. Okay, she'd finally got to do one. Nice. We are still looking for demons for her, and of course brawnies and savages. Looking at this Magnus here, I'm struggling a little bit to see where like sorry, what am I thinking of? I'm struggling a little bit to see where druids are going to fit in. Well, in any case, with a Legion Commander comp, you generally want a Nessex, just because when you get a demon, a Nessex and her companions count as extra demons. So I'm definitely looking for that. Maybe looking to replace Draw Ranger with Terrorblade. I know I would lose Vigilant, but I think I would get Demon, which would be a little bit more valuable. Yeah, I'm not really seeing where Magnus fits in to this equation. Yeah, I could get Savage, but I think I'm just going to sell him off and grab higher interest here. A Nessex is a little bit worse than some of the Underlord options without demons, but the plan is eventually we hope to get demons. And I'm not even sure that like Vigilant's okay with Legion Commander, but if she spends time walking around, and she is spending the time walking around with Deadeye, so I'm not sure. Maybe we want to replace this Bloodseeker. We'll see. We got Tidehunter though. He's a pretty big man here. Hopefully we can get this Bristleback in at some point. We do take a loss there. That was a rather big loss actually. Legion Commander lost her duel. She almost had it, but the opposing Draw Ranger is down to like 1 HP. It's just not quite there. Oh well, more free rerolls. We do find more Bloodseekers, so I guess we're going to stick with this Bloodseeker idea. I have seen some Shadow Fiends. I don't really know how Warlocks would fit into this build, but if I'm really like hurting for Demons, maybe that's a pick. I'm not sure. Since we have a pair here, I think when I level up again, I'm just going to throw in a second Bloodseeker. I think Bloodbound is still really strong with Legion Commander, and oh, she cast a duel right as she was getting hit by the what was it, Frostbite? That's not ideal. Windranger's being a pretty big carry here though. With the Ogre Cap, when two things die, she hits so fast, and she basically gets plus 250 damage, so she's hitting 3 times as hard as she normally would with that. So even if it's not the Legion Commander show here, it can become the Windranger show. Well, we did hit the Shadow Fiend. You know what, I'm just going to level up here. Yeah, it's inefficient, and I lose some gold from the exchange, but I think this is powerful enough, and the idea that we really want Legion Commander to get at least another duel win, I think it's because we've been losing so much, I'm like, I think I really need to at least make some adjustment here, otherwise I risk falling way too far behind. And Legion Commander getting the demons so powerful, of course, with an Essex, you can see her just getting that duel win very easily, plus Shadow Fiend himself doing a lot of damage, so we do get to take this win. I'm probably looking to cut Heartless at some point in the future, so I don't really look at any kind of Heartless here. Let's use our free reroll. Well, maybe Necrophos would be the Heartless to play. If anything, because I already have the Warlock as well. Brawny seems like it's going to be really hard to ever get in. Oh, I guess we can get in just Disruptor maybe instead. Oh, now, of course, after we get our Demon in, we get a Restool Circlet, which is a great item, but not quite what we need now with already having 2 demons. Let's reroll, see if we can find something a bit better. Hand of Midas, I guess, is pretty solid on somebody like Shadow Fiend who can hit a little bit harder. I was really hoping for like maybe Crown of Antlers would have been great, but we didn't quite get that. I actually think I might just level up again. Yeah, this is just killing all of our gold. Who needs gold for interest? Not me. Especially because with the way the interest works nowadays, you generate it back so much quicker, and throwing in a second Bloodseeker just makes this entire build so much more powerful. The way they both kind of feed off each other, when you just need to have that critical massive damage on the low health targets in order to win the duels and kill them off in time, that like an extra Bloodseeker is so much more powerful. It's like they're better than the sum of their parts there. So adding in another Bloodseeker, I think, makes a lot of sense. So maybe instead of looking at this Bristleback, I might be looking at, say, Disruptor at some point here, and then we eventually like replace Tidehunter or Drow Ranger with like a Tidehunter and Medusa, maybe to round out the composition come the late game. I would lose Vigilant, but I'm not sure if that's the biggest deal in the world. I don't think Necrophos in any case is really where I want, because I do think Drow Ranger becomes quite a bit weaker in the later stages of the game. Her damage output is just not that huge, and her health is like really a liability. She's very vulnerable. Legion Commander gets the dual win. She's spending a lot of time walking around. Not ideal. But that's alright, because Wind Ranger is very much ideal here. And even come the very later stages of the game, Vigilant is honestly kind of a liability of an alliance. Sometimes it will like swap targets to like things that you didn't want to, like you're about to kill one target and then somebody else casts and you swap targets and then they're at full health, and it's kind of awkward in those cases. Well, there is a Bristleback, and he's a really good unit. He really is. But I have like no brawny kills. I have 3. I really think Disruptor would just make a lot more sense with this build than trying to run Bristleback. I have enough damage from other sources. I don't need damage output. I need CC, and CC from the Disruptor would be perfect. Bloodseeker? No. That's a 3-star Crystal Maiden they got. Wow, 3-star of a tier 1 unit. That is pretty good. So I just don't think I'm going to buy this Bristleback because it would cost me gold, and I'm probably just going to sell these off. I think we're looking for Disruptor to get a Brawny Alliance, and even then, Brawny Alliance is kind of lackluster because I haven't racked up that many kills. And then trying to get maybe the, because there's 2 mages, and just because Tidehunter and Medusa are so strong, maybe looking to move into those kind of units later. I've been seeing a lot of Necrophos and Lone Druid, so I'm a little bit upset that I decided against those each time, because we just got them 1 pack at a time. Well, there's a Beastmaster. I think he does still scale very well in the late game with his big AoE effects. So definitely looking for that. Pick him up after interest locks in. Opponent does have an Essex companions here, so that's a little rough for us. Or sorry, it's kind of good for these Bloodseekers, but they constantly attack them. But if we don't actually kill them quickly enough, we don't get all the healing. But Wind Ranger does not get there. The Luna with a Mask of Man is so big. Yeah, the stacked up Knights is really, really hard to punch through with Bloodseekers without any good items on them. I probably should actually have Desolator on one of the Bloodseekers. Oh, there is a Crown of Antlers. Okay, that opens up my possibilities for like this Hunter comp, right? So I can put this on Shadow Fiend, and then I don't need to run Drow Ranger at all to keep this. I still don't need the Necrophos. Now I can just throw in the Bristleback or like Tidehunter or something. I lose the Vigilant Alliance, but I think that's okay. Let's pick up Tidehunter. Oh, well, there we go. That was easy. That was very easy. I hope we win this, because I didn't sell off for interest. I was going too quick, I didn't notice. But a 2-star Tidehunter is a pretty big deal. He's kind of in a really bad spot, because he only hits 2 people with his stun. That's kind of awkward positioning, but Legion Commander's doing good, just one-shotting people like it's nothing. Will this be enough? Wind Ranger? No. That's unfortunate. Maybe Mirana? Ah, wait, I'm not looking to play any more Hunters. And we're dropping really low. I think I do need more CC. The Tidehunter was like in a really bad spot because he only stunned 2 people. He could have stunned like everybody if I'd known what my opponent's position was going to be. I guess I'm still looking for Disruptor. And I would still play Medusa, of course. but we just don't have the gold to do that at the moment. I am dropping really low. I think I'm just going to level up to 8 here. Use our free reroll. We find a second Beastmaster. There we go. Let's throw him in. Definitely throw him in. Probably could have sold off more. Sold off these bristlebacks for sure to grab up to 10 interest. So I missed a couple gold of interest here this turn. These past couple turns, really. But I think we're doing pretty good here, though. Nice! And we eliminate an opponent in 8th place. Perfect. Can rack up some kills here with the Beastmaster. I can pick up the pair of Maranas. I kind of wonder if, like, as just a pure auto attacker, Marana is probably better than the Windranger. She has slightly lower attack speed, but she doesn't spend that long time doing the channeled power shot for 1.5 seconds, so it kind of like misses an attack to power shot. Whereas Marana's Sacred Arrow, I'm fine if she misses an attack to do that jump, because not only does she get safety, she does a big chunk of damage and a big stun. So if I can find a 2-star Marana, I would probably play that over the Windranger. Alright. Reroll, I'm not going to play another Tide Hunter. There is the Disruptor. I want to lock in my interest, but I'm thinking Disruptor over one of the Beastmasters or one of the Bloodseekers. Probably over the Beastmaster. I think the pair of Bloodseekers is ideal, just because it benefits like everybody to have the additional benefits everybody having the additional Bloodseeker, the Bloodbound. By everybody, I mean the Legion Commander is the other Bloodseeker, the Windranger. Oh boy. Windranger's like stun locked from 100 to 0 there. And I think the Warlock bonus is going to be really important to help keep Legion Commander alive. And we get a little bit more CC out of the deal there. Alright, so, you know, this game maybe is not going quite as well as I'd hoped. I was hoping we'd be, you know, on a win streak and dominating everybody and just can't be stopped, but we're not quite there. We're still on path to some 3 stars here, and I think if we do get a 2-star Marana, that would be better than the Windranger. But other than that, there's not a huge amount of optimization to, or like, you know, more things we can be doing. Oh, Legion Commander should have this Hand of Midas. No, I didn't do that in the first place. Legion Commander taking a long time to just walk around. I think she's now first making her attacks. This is why I'm not very happy with Deadeye with Legion Commander. It's unfortunate because Bloodseeker's so good with big time with the Ogre cap and just like Bloodbound in general. It's just really annoying that she takes so long to walk around and get her kills. That's why I'm putting her up front and want her to like start attacking somebody right away. We do find a Refresher Orb. That's insane on Tide Hunter. Getting a Refresher Orb Tide Hunter to do multiple big stuns is exactly what we're looking for. Lots of people picking up Moon Shards and Refresher Orbs. I think I need to start rerolling here. We do find a Medusa. Actually, that's probably just better than the Windranger or Marana. Any of the above here, actually. Bloodseeker. Yeah, I think the Medusa is gonna be better because it gives me scaled, gives me a little bit of protection as well, and she does her split shot as well. Doesn't attack quite as fast, but of course with split shot it's basically that fast. Somebody gets stuck in here. Bloodseeker is okay. That's a bug. Bloodseeker was stuck inside the Medusa. He wasn't losing the HP, so it like wasn't that bad, but it was still really annoying. Yeah, I just like didn't have a Bloodseeker for most of that fight, and that probably could have cost me that fight there. Interesting. Is Is it just because they were adjacent and he tried to like move diagonally or something? I don't exactly know. So I'm going to move the Medusa one step away just to hopefully prevent that in the future. Getting pretty low on life here, so I do need to be rerolling them all the way down to 0, I think. Not really looking for this Tidehunter, and I am going to hold on to these Maranas on the bench, just in case I do hit a 2-star Marana and a 3-star Bloodseeker. Marana can come in, because she's just a great unit on her own, even if she's not giving an additional alliance. Or maybe a 2-star Beastmaster could come in as well. There's Axe. Now, I like Axe a whole lot. I don't have too many brawny kills, though, so I don't know if he's really the pickup in this build. I think he's a really great unit, though. Come on, give me something. Legion Commander, Beastmaster. Bloodseeker. Okay, so if I can survive another turn, I get another set of rerolls to find the Bloodseeker. A 3-star Bloodseeker would be nice. Then maybe I throw in a second Legion Commander just to keep the same number of Bloodbounds available. Not a great spot for the Tidehunter ult because they didn't stun nearly enough people. I did the Medusa ult, and I think I might just get eliminated here. Ooh, that hurts. I don't think I'm actually dead yet. 13, okay. One more turn, we're good. Do I need to like be... Because I think I've lost to that same build a couple times. I'm going to move Tidehunter even further over to that side to hopefully get a better positioning for the Tidehunter ult and stun up their backline. There's a Beastmaster. Come on, 3-star Beastmaster. Maybe. Okay, 2-star Disruptor at the least. Alright, well, we're one away from Beastmaster and Bloodseeker 3-star. Hopefully that is good enough. I don't know. We need to survive one more turn here. I've been saying that, every turn. Just take it one turn at a time. Eventually you'll get there. Tidehunter is in an okay spot. Legion Commander does get the dual win. Does get a good 1 stun. I actually kind of like him delaying his stun a little bit here. Assuming he ever casts it ever again. There we go. Okay, there's the second Ravage. And that stuns their whole backline. We should get this win here. And that should knock him out. Perfect. Okay, that was close. Knocking him out in 7th. So, at least we're not bottom 2. Let's get a Beastmaster, let's get a Bloodseeker. Then I get an extra Legion Commander in the board. There's the Beastmaster, that's probably the bigger of the 2 upgrades, honestly. No Bloodseeker, but that's alright. 3-star Beastmaster, big difference here. Definitely still keeping him with the Kaya, because he does hit really hard with that Wild Axes. And, yeah, I'm kind of liking this. Yeah, let's hope it's good enough. We're up against another brawny style build. I think we should be relatively good against this. Their Disruptor went off first, but we didn't die during their Disruptor ult, so I think we're alright. Tidehunter cast a little bit late, but I think we got this, because they don't have enough damage output, and we get a crushing win here. I know it took a while to die, but we still get him down. Yeah, look at that Beastmaster damage output, man. Wild Axe is doing so much. I mean, I guess we could give him a Refresher Orb instead, but I think the stun is better from Tidehunter, or maybe the Disruptor ult would be better. Maybe I can just reroll into another Refresher Orb. No, but a Butterfly or an Aegis of the Immortal, both are good. Let's go with Butterfly here. Just put Butterfly on one of the Bloodseekers. Maybe if I can get a 3-star Bloodseeker, that'll be even better. Or a 3-star Legion Commander. No such luck. Actually, it's probably just better on Legion Commander. Hopefully she can actually get the hits in, though. Alright, I don't really think we have a chance to win this game just because of how far behind we are in terms of life total and gold and levels. Like, we're still level 8, everyone else is level 9. But it doesn't mean we're out of this completely. Tidehunter hasn't cast anything yet. He still has 2 casts left in him. Yep. That took him a long time. I was just watching the Tidehunter the whole time. He got silenced by the Disruptor, into stunned by the Bear, and then finally got his Ravages off way late. That's really unusual. But we did almost knock out that opponent. Somebody else got eliminated in 6th. So it's possible we can make top 3. I mean, there's only 2 people above us in life, or there's only 1 person above us in life total. So technically we're in 4th place right now. I think top 3 is totally realistic. We do find the Bloodseeker. Let's make sure he has the Butterfly. And then I guess I just throw in a 2nd Legion Commander here just to make sure that we have the same number of Bloodbounds. And just looking for... I don't even know what I'm looking for anymore, actually. Maybe just another Bloodbound, like an Ogre Magi or something, just to throw another sacrifice in there if we get a 3-star Legion. But hopefully this Bloodseeker 3-star here can carry us. Hopeful. Does get a couple kills, and then heals basically back up to full. And I love fighting against these Inesix companions because it lets the Bloodseeker heal really easily. He's going to get the kills on the companion over and over again. Yeah, okay. This is, you know, barely coming together, but it is coming together. Nice. So somebody's eliminated in 5th. Maybe someone else. No. I was hoping the 7 health opponent got eliminated there. They did not. It's close, though. We are down to the final 4, though. Top 4, at least gaining some MMR. Maybe a Mr. Warlock would make sense. Assuming I get a 3-star Legion Commander at some point. Let's just do it and start rolling. Nope. A Mr. Warlock would give me just another Warlock just to cast a spell like initially and then die really quickly to power up the Legion Commander on the other side. We're up against the good Knights opponent that we were struggling against before. Got the Tidehunter ult off. Got the 2nd one ult off. Bloodseeker is taking his good old time to get going. Nice. Healed up by the Inesix companions. Okay. Bloodseeker. Man, opposing Inesix companions are MVPs for me here. Just really being MVPs. Oh, wait, no. That's... No. Oh, no, 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 no! No! What? The Chaos Knight hit so hard! What? Alright, well, we got 3rd place. Just barely. Just barely. By like a 2nd. And all these sweet rewards for the Battle Pass and the City Crawl coming up. I kind of want to see... I mean, we were like really far behind on life total for these other 2. I really thought we had that win. But a 3-star Chaos Knight, I guess, hit so hard because... I want to explain a little interaction of what really happened there. I was saying so much about the opposing Inesix companions were being summoned and killed instantly. And that was good for me because Bloodseeker gets to heal a whole bunch off that. But what it actually does is it adds another demon to the demon count. And the way the Demon Alliance works, it says for each allied demon you get plus 50% bonus pure damage. And what really happened there with that Chaos Knight was every one of those Inesix companions that summons and then dies and then resummons another one adds to that running total. So, you know, they started the fight with Chaos Knight. That was it. And then Inesix Companion 1, and then the Companion died. So Inesix Companion 2, and then that died. And then Inesix Companion 3, and then the Enthrall was 5, and then Inesix Companion 4. And then at some point, you're like, oh crap, we've got 6 demons. And so Chaos Knight in the very late game of the fight just cast his ult and got like plus 300% pure damage and shredded me. So I thought we had it, but to be fair, even if we had won that one round, I don't know if it was really likely that we would have gotten much further. I do think this build has a lot of potential. I'm still kind of working out the issues here since it's I do think that Deadeye plus Legion Commander is not really a great strategy, but I think Bloodbound plus Legion Commander is a great strategy, so it's kind of weird because Bloodseeker is obviously a big carry in Bloodbound builds. So I'm not entirely sure what the optimal way is here. Obviously, the format's still very new, so we'll be very curious to see where this goes, but I think this is a good strategy, a good way to start exploring the meta. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.